Hello, and thank you so much for joining me for today's second installment of Midday Music here at Highland Presbyterian Church. I am thrilled to be joined by soprano Mary Mendenhall today, and we're looking forward to sharing this music with you. The first thing Mary's going to sing is an arrangement of This Little Light of Mine by Hale Smith. This is a gospel spiritual, and it's somewhat relatively new in its publication. The earliest we find is from the early 20th century. It's commonly referred to as a children's song. It's used to teach small children because of simplistic melody and repetitive text. And we'll talk a little bit later about that repetition found in text of spirituals. But you probably heard this when you were a child, or you've taught it to your own children or family members or friends. This song was used prominently during the civil rights movement. There was a large group of spirituals and gospel music that was referred to as freedom songs. They were used by those who were protesting, fighting for justice and equality and for civil rights during this period. This text was taken from Matthew chapter 5. You are the light of the world. A city built on a hill cannot be hid. No one, after lighting a lamp, puts it under the bushel basket, but on the lampstand, and gives light to all in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father in heaven. This is simply talking about the light that's in each one of us and the different ways that it manifests itself. This can be through sharing food or helping someone in need, calling someone and letting them know that you're thinking about them, or something as simple as smiling and saying hello to a stranger on the street who's having a really terrible day. Next, I'm going to play an arrangement of the spiritual text, All Night, All Day, Angels Watching Over Me, My Lord. I mentioned earlier about the repetitive nature of these songs. This was because spirituals were part of an oral tradition. They were passed down to many people during the slavery period that couldn't read or write. And so that's how they learned this music, and they passed that along to future generations as well. So there's a lot of repetition there. And they're used as teaching tools because of the different characters and the different context of situations that's used within this music. And so this text is taken from Psalm chapter 34. The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him and delivers them. Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. Happy are those who take refuge in him. I hope that this text, All Night, All Day, Angels Watching Over Me, My Lord, will help remind us that we have someone watching over us. Even in the midst of a pandemic, in the midst of all the things that are happening in the world, we have that security and that assurance. And we're going to close with Mary singing an arrangement by Moses Hogan of Give Me Jesus. This spiritual was used during the period of slavery. It's hard to know dates. As I mentioned, spirituals come from an oral tradition. And so there have been a lot of changes, and there have been a lot of them that have actually been lost through times. Scholars today believe that some 6,000 or more spirituals or sorrow songs were developed during this period. And a lot of them will, of course, use main characters of the Bible or prolific figures in the Bible: Moses, Elijah, Jonah. And so, of course, the greatest figure in the scriptures, Jesus Christ. So this text from Galatians 2 reads, It is no longer I who live, but it is Christ who lives in me. And the life I now live in the flesh, I live by faith in the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself for me. So this text takes us through in the morning when I rise, through other dark periods of life, through joy and happiness, and then at the close of life, give me Jesus. It's a great reminder. This little light of mine, we have the light of Christ within us. All night, all day, he's watching over us. Give me Jesus all through our lives, and even at the end, he's still there. So I hope that reminder blesses you today, and I hope that you enjoy these three pieces.
There's a little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. All through the night, I'm gonna let it shine. All through the night. Tears